It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC 3. We talk gaming this morning, and we are joined by our resident tech expert, Bryan Smith, who's here to unpack 4 exciting ways in which video games are entering our physical world, which is very, very exciting. Personally, I don't understand it so much, but that's why you're here, Bryan. Lucky to have you, man. Happy Monday.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Yeah, so if you take a look at gaming, it's developed quite a bit over the past 10 years, and it's interesting to see, you know, the type of turns and the new technologies that's been applied. But it's at a point where fitness and physicality is playing a big role.
Absolutely, and if you think specifically about the kinds of devices we play games on now, it's all changing. Smartphones have really been instrumental in democratizing technology and bringing available access to the internet and some very sophisticated chipsets inside these components to a variety of people around the world. And specifically, fitness and physicality are entering gaming through that. Specifically with smartphone gaming, there is what was the predecessor to Pokemon Go, Ingress, which is where people could run around, use that fitness tracking capability and use GPS satellite technology to achieve objectives in the real physical world. And it's really slowly infiltrating our everyday lives, and it's likely, I think, that gaming will leverage this technology to a much greater extent in the future.
Yeah, so no more being couch-bound and instead of home and play.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. So it's definitely taking a cool turn, but of course several games, including things like augmented reality to bring your virtual world into your surroundings as well. Will we see more of this going forward in 2018? What's the lowdown there?
Definitely. To follow on from my point about smartphones, you know, with augmented reality, it's really all about the camera. And the availability of this technology really creates an easy platform for game developers to create all sorts of exciting new experiences. Now, Pokemon Go really hit headlines in 2016. The world went crazy for this. Everyone was out in their physical world capturing these Pokemon through their smartphones. And augmented reality, of course, is the mechanism through which digital components are overlaid on the real world. So it's another small step through which the digital world, or even the internet, can sort of intersect with our everyday life.
That's interesting to see how the two are blending at the moment, you know, becoming almost like one world. But I mean, of course, you're talking about, you know, big technology here, a lot of development, but how are developers and manufacturers trying to keep the cost down to make it accessible for everyone?
Well, this is something that's very close to my heart because I think technology, as I said before, is this wonderful unifying factor. It sort of puts everyone on the same plane. And the good thing is that technology is getting better all the time, and better technology is getting cheaper all the time. And specifically, one of my favorite projects in the recent past is something like Google Cardboard, which anyone can go on the internet and download a cardboard virtual reality headset to construct in their home.
Wow.
Or specifically Nintendo's new Labo headset, which actually, not headset, rather, digital component set through which people can download these plans or even use these sets in their own home to construct add-ons for their Switch console. And really, it's all about how can we make this cheap and how can we get it to become more accessible to the everyday person.
Yeah, and you know what? Talking about how far gaming has been coming, because you know, as a youngster, you know, enjoying the consoles like your Nintendo, your Sega, you know, the 16-bits, that was good fun. But obviously now we're at a completely different point. The controllers, as we know it, how's that going to change? I mean, are we going to be able to control now what we do through movement, basically, wearing special suits? What's happening?
That's a great point. I think in the future, you know, leveraging these newer technologies that come out specifically in smartphones and even in some motion controllers on gaming consoles and the high-end PCs, we'll be able to control games much more through movement. So whether that's simply tilting a smart screen or using a motion-enabled controller, we'll be able to input more of our own physicality and movement into gaming. And I think that really breaks the critical barrier to immersion. It's really going to bring you into games in the future. And it's going to be really exciting to watch projects like Magic Leap, which came out for many years ago for PCs around the world, sort of brings that layer of interaction to the digital world. And it's really exciting to watch people get to grips with that when they're gaming.
Excellent. Bryan, thank you very, very much, man. I'm sure we're going to talk about this topic a lot going forward in 2018. But be sure to let us know about your thoughts on how gaming is entering the physical world on our website, expressoshow.com. You can check it out there. Also on Facebook, connect with us, #ExpressoShow. Tell us, what are you most excited for when it comes to gaming in this year?